4th of August. Good afternoon from Europe. Good morning, good evening, guys, wherever you are. Piotr here is Live Forex Global YouTube channel, and we are going to cover US cash market open within the next 5 or 6 minutes. So we are going to check the possibility of intraday trading when it comes to the Nasdaq. Before we do that, let's have a look what we have when it comes to the DAX, because DAX is a star today when it comes to the sellers aggressive move to the downside, but from the higher time frame perspective, it's nothing extraordinary, at least nothing extraordinary for now, right? So what we have when it comes to the Nasdaq, we hit high, pullback, higher high, deeper pullback. The thing is that we broke 12,400, right? That was the key I've been thinking. But yesterday, of course, because of new fresh funds beginning of the month, we've seen move higher, back above. So from the bulls perspective, 12,400, right, retest, or maybe weekly open levels close to 12,300. That could be buying opportunity, but I'm not interested. You know me. I'm not interested in that buying opportunity. That's the weekly open. I would rather look for retest the Asian high, and we have to switch to the lower time frame for me to have a possibility to exactly explain what I'm looking for. Anyway, before I'll do that, that's what we have. Strong sell-off, right? And if we are going to take into the consideration that that was huge range, right? So what do we have? Break, retest, maybe continuation. But I don't think, taking into the consideration this wide range, that's gonna be it. We of course hitting, as you see, the line, the top of that consolidation. But if we are going to see the bounce, the levels we discussed from the higher time frame, 12,400, 12,300, somewhere close to weekly open. So that's the bullish zone. That's the bullish zone you want to hold if you are a buyer, right? But as I mentioned, from the intraday perspective, I'm going rather to try to, I like fireworks. Sometimes, it's good to be against. Anyway, that's the range which been hit during the early hours, right? Again, I would prefer half of that to be hit. So you should already know what I'm looking for when it comes to the DAX, right? I'm looking either to finish the business when it comes to swing high, meaning that when it comes to the higher levels, I'm looking for 12,750 or even levels close to 12,800, right? So 750, 800. But there is a big but. If the market is going to stay weak, I'm going to also watch this consolidation phase late yesterday, early today, with the break, right? And we are talking about the levels close to 12,670. We've seen the retest here. So some sell orders been already consumed, right? So that's why I do prefer higher levels. The question is if we are going to see them. All right. So that's the thing related to the DAX. I'm going to switch to the Nasdaq here, because we are getting closer and closer. And here, of course, I'm looking to sell as well. Well, why not? We still got like 1.5. So before we will continue with the Nasdaq, let's have a look what we have on the cable. as we are breaking lower below yesterday low, and that's significant development. We are still fighting around the Thursday open, Thursday low we discussed, right? And that's the levels close to 130.28, 29.70, and I told you that could be a very, very important level. So here we are right now around the demand, and I'm not gonna be surprised to see the pullback. That's why my approach when it comes to the cable here from intraday perspective is to wait and see if we can get this type of the close, right? So I'm a little bit conservative right now. Then of course I would like to sell retest of that level like this, okay? That's how I see the things related to the cable. Euro dollar bears are doing exactly what they were supposed to do, all right? Especially from the intraday perspective. Over under stops above these upper shadows we discussed taken out, and we are 18 trying to hold. Now I still prefer cable, right? But right now, based on current developments, well, any kind of the move back to weekly open, we are talking about the levels close to 1770, and anything above, right? That's my selling opportunity, and I'm coming back to intraday selling rallies on the euro dollar, and I'm going to try to buy, but deeper deep, guys, all right? Discussed yesterday. Anyway, let's get back and see what we have when it comes to the Nasdaq. First 5-minute trading range. We're trying to push higher. That's the open. And almost open is the lowest point. And that's the high for now. We'll see if we can get below the open, and then we'll make some changes. Okay, USA, okay. Next one is Australian dollar post RBA. There is no change. I'm selling rallies on the Australian dollar, and looks like finally around the New York Open, when it comes to the New York banking system open, looks like we've seen some kind of the pullback both here on the Aussie yen and here on the Aussie USD, right? So that looks good. Also, I'm going to monitor very closely developments on the pound yen, right? For now, looks like there is a little bit of the few funny stories going around, because big guys, some big analysts, they say, oh, dollar been stronger Friday because of the natural profit taking towards the end of the month, was trying to be stronger and continue yesterday but failed, right? We are going to see more dollar weakness, and dollar doing what was supposed to do, so doing opposite. Dollar is stronger, so I'm going to watch very, very carefully, especially that with the yen is not that strong, and that's why I'm looking for a little bit, finally, a little bit risk of, well, you know, I might be totally wrong. That's why if you are listening, then you have to do two things. You have to do your own research, and you have to adopt properly exposure, right? The thing is that the range on the Nasdaq 25 is poor right now. Oh my. Anyway, nothing extraordinary when it comes to the calendar today. It's going to be much more interested tomorrow with PMI all over the world and ADP. So tomorrow is a preparation for Friday's non-farm payrolls, right? So when it comes to today, I need some juicy setups, right? To decide to join the party. Otherwise, I'm going to wait for tomorrow, and well, I'm going to look for some kind of at some crosses, maybe some midweek reversals, stuff like this, right? And finally, I'm going to look for a bit of risk off setups. 1 minute left. So option expiration next, within next few minutes when it comes to the FX. Then London fix. Yeah, pound is weakness, but same as on euro dollar. Selling rallies. I wanna see some kind of the good rally, right? What kind of the rally it could be? Well, it could be top of the channel, right? Retest of the 130. Okay, it could be a little bit higher. It could be that triangle, right? I've been thinking that we are going to hunt more stops ahead of the Bank of England. If you remember, we are discussing two scenarios, already done or not, or something more, right? I've been thinking something more, but for now, looks like that's it. So anyway, trying to summarize, I'm looking for a risk of setup. I've explained you what I'm waiting for when it comes to the DAX. Now, I'm gonna explain you what I'm looking for when it comes to the Nasdaq, even with this low range. But anyway, if you remember, we've seen this triple top stop count, so there was a possibility to be stopped out once yesterday and joined the party again and took some profits. So today, let's have a look what kind of the price action we are going to get around this pre-Tokyo high, somewhere here. We are talking about the levels close to yesterday high, right? So there is a possibility we are going to see some over under, and that's what I'm looking for. But right, going lower, because that's what we have here is quite nice supply. Now I'm going to go lower to 5 minutes, trying to check if I can. Oh, looks like that's the zone. Okay, so that's the supply zone. Now we know the range. So let's have a look what we can get. Is stop count possible? It is. It is possible. So we have another level of supply. So guys, I'm waiting for levels close to 11,080 based on my chart, right? Because I'm already sitting on some shorts, so I'm not in a rush to add. So I'm looking for some stop count before some kind of the rejection. So in two cases, DAX and Nasdaq, I'm looking to fade the rallies. I'm looking to buy some dollar and looking to buy some yen and sell some Australian dollar, some more, right? All the details been discussed lately for quite a few times when it comes to the Australian, when it comes to the yen. Just if you haven't or yet, just go back, visit archive section, go through the last few my market updates. No changes as of now. And guys, I'm going to get back to you later today with some market update if necessary towards the US cash close. It was my pleasure to be with you. I'm biased a bit towards the risk off. Do your own research, work with your exposure. Don't be trapped, and see you around. Take care and goodbye.